Yeah, it's interesting. I think if you watched the game last night, does Baltimore, Kansas City think? I think in their minds, yeah, they think they're a good football team. I think everybody week one thinks they're a good football team. And so it gives you confidence, obviously, going into the game and going into these early games. But you still have to go. You still have to go execute. You still have to go play and perform and eliminate mistakes and you're going to have to overcome adversity and all of that. But I think in your mind going into it, you feel good about where you're at and how camp went and all of that. Healthier team, factors into all that too. So it does give you confidence, going into these first few games.
Did last night's game in any way put a thought in your head how much you need to reinforce the offensive line? And the refs looks like they're going to be calling a lot more false starts this year.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, yes, it's interesting. I think it was the Tampa Bay game here preseason where it's the message from the officials when I meet with them, 90 minutes before the game. It's one of the things that we discuss as head coach to official and vice versa is, the offensive line, and they're actually getting to the point now where it's almost like the first warning, right, is now in the dressing room. So, and rightfully so, because now it's on us as coaches to make sure that our players are, playing by the rules.
From a conditioning standpoint, Josh Hines-Allen, was he able to even make strides this offseason compared to, what he was able to do last year from building up his strength and speed?
I believe so. He looks good. I haven't seen any lags or lulls in any of his, conditioning or the way he's practiced. He still practices, extremely hard and fast and so I haven't seen any of that, that downturn at all with him.
But I mean, it seems like he's even in better shape maybe than he was a year ago.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What has DT's week been like, and what do you think his chances are or something?
He's progressed. We had a plan for him to, work himself back into practice. We got another day today and see where he's at. But, we're optimistic and hopeful that he can play.
How much does it impact play calling, if at all, when the other side, you get somebody like Jalen Ramsey, who's this, proven elite cornerback who looks like he may not play, and you're going to have either a rookie or a guy who's played only 2 games in his NFL career be there as his replacement?
Obviously, if Jalen does play, I mean, great player, and you just, like I said the other day, you just got to be mindful and aware of where he's at. We know he potentially, on our right and all that, but a lot of times too, they take top corners and they match top receivers. I mean, we're probably not going to get that this week, but you do as a quarterback. You understand. You just give it one last peek over there. So it doesn't really change your game plan, or your strategy or how you want to attack an opponent. Whether it's a seasoned veteran like him or even a rookie, I think you still have to go execute and play and just trust your game plan.
How much did Anton take his game to the next level this camp, do you think, in preseason?
Yeah, he's taken really good steps and strides forward. I think for him, he got stronger in the offseason. I think for him too, the confidence from last year playing and being exposed to the type of defensive ends that he was exposed to and edge rushers, and it just gives him confidence moving forward, and that's what we've seen out of him. And it's really. I think it's really made him a better player, just from his own experiences.
Did you have to manage his confidence at all last year? Because you throw him in there, he's got a bum shoulder, he's dealing with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, you want you don't want to defeat him, or get him down, but at the same time, you keep encouraging him and keep coaching him, and helping him get better. And he continues to do that all season, and he battled through, the injury and all of that, and it's made him a really good player.
Back to the offensive line stuff. Has that rule changed in these last couple of years? The eyes on it changed? Because Jawan was doing that here.
It hasn't changed. I mean, as far as like the depth and all that,
Yeah.
no. I mean, it's still your headgear. You got to be, the belt line of the center. Your head, things of that nature, and it's different too because when tackles are in 2-point stances, they're a little bit taller, so it pulls their head back a little bit. So we just have to be mindful of that and just coach our guys to be, crowd the ball a little bit more, we're going to have to work through that.
As good as defensive lines are now, is it as hard as ever to play offensive line, do you think?
I mean, it's a hard position anyway, I think. But the rules haven't changed. I mean, the rules are still the rules. They've been that way for many years. I think it's just now a point of emphasis. But, our D linemen or edge rushers getting better? Probably so. Even interior guys are getting better. Baltimore has one. Kansas City has one. But it's a tough position. It's a tough position to play, and particularly the tackle spot because you're out there on an island a lot. Especially in pass protection.
How much do you like, if at all, being under the radar? I mean, clearly this year, going into this season, you got under the radar would be an apt description of how the outside perceptions are of the Jaguars. How much do you like that as opposed to having everybody, picking you to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Just go about our business, right? And just keep working hard and playing hard and don't worry about the outside. Just make it about us and focus internally. And people are going to write what they want to write. And if you start winning games, then maybe you get some recognition. So it's 1 week at a time. It's one game at a time, obviously, and I'm fine with that.
Do you think the presence of a veteran like a Mitch Morse at center gives more confidence to the guys around him, just that he's been there and done that?
I mean, it helps, but it's no different. Brandon with Ton last year, you got an experienced lineman playing with a rookie a year ago and just helping him. And, I think the first year when Luke was out there, having some veteran guys in there, Brandon in there, and of course now with Ezra and Cam. I mean, it's just it helps, right? It helps, and I think it just brings that experience, right? Maybe calms the guys down a little bit. But Mitch is still learning too. I mean, he's still learning our system and how we do things, but it brings. I just think that experience in there, it just helps the whole group.